Well boys, the shapeshifter staffs were just nerfed, but good news, it does not impact our Rootbound staff at all. I've really been enjoying the Rootbound staff in arenas because it is so versatile. It allows you to be DPS, support, and a backline disruptor all in one build. So I wanted to showcase it because I think you could enjoy it as well. In this video, we'll cover the optimal build options for this weapon, which Q and W options to take, and how to use them, along with some basic and advanced strategy. Before we dive into any of that, I'd like to explain your role as a Rootbound player, because as with all shape-shifting weapons, it enables a very unique playstyle. In human form, your job is to deal damage, shield your allies, and charge your weapon to enhance its shape-shifted abilities. For this, you'll need Adapting Matter on your Q slot and Distortion on your W. Both of these abilities are 0 cast time skill shots that have very short cooldowns and synergize well together, and each of them give at least one stack when properly targeted. Once you have charges, this enables you to shapeshift for maximum effectiveness. In Sylvan form, you have access to Seedling's Bloom and Barbed Roots. Seedling's Bloom launches a seedling that damages enemies and heals allies within the radius. It consumes one charge to double the healing received. Barbed Roots is your highest impact spell and comes with a 30-second cooldown as a result. It lasts 3 seconds, makes you immune to damage for the duration, and slows enemies within the radius by 50% while dealing damage every 0.7 seconds. This can be used while stunned or silenced, making it a key defensive in critical situations. It also applies a hefty shield to all allies within the radius, cleanses CC on all of them, and grants immunity to forced movement effects. That's pretty awesome if you ask me. It can be used as a sort of Zanya for things like Curstaff's Death Curse or Dawnbird's Judgment. Alright guys, let's look at some build options. First and foremost, obviously, Rootbound Staff. I would like to mention, I use Distortion. This is excellent AoE damage. Another option, if you have a T6 or higher staff, you can use Polymorph. It's not shown here because I just have the 5.3. Polymorph offers some CC, but it does less damage. It also doubles the cooldown. So I don't recommend it for that reason. It almost changes your entire role as well. You'll be doing no damage really with Polymorph. So I don't recommend it. It is an option, just throwing that out there. But yeah, next you'll notice I'm dedicating 3 items to energy generation: the Scholar Cowl, the Limher's Cape, and the Sandals of Purity with Energetic Sprint. To me, these 3 are non-negotiable. You use so much energy with this weapon because we're spamming our Q and W with low cooldown. You really need energy generation, so I highly recommend using these 3 items. The only other option would be, if we look at our Sylvan stats, when you're in Sylvan form, you generate 15 energy per second. Compare that to our normal 6.7 per second. You can generate a lot more, almost 250% in Sylvan form. However, when you're in Sylvan form, you have the Barbed Roots with a 30-second cooldown, and then your Q is very lackluster, so you're not doing much. You're just waiting for that cooldown in Sylvan form. Really, you need to spend as much time as possible in human form, where you're not generating much energy natively. So you need to be doing that through the items that you bring. So I pretty much say non-negotiable on these 3. For the sandals, wear whatever you want. Just make sure it's Energetic Sprint. Now for the jacket slot, actually I think Royal Jacket is my favorite. Keep in mind, you are a support role with this build. So the Royal Jacket with the Royal Banner really helps round that out. You're reducing your cooldowns and the cooldowns of those around you. So especially if you stand within proximity of the healer, right after he drops his E, if you're helping him reset that, that's huge. That gives a whole lot of value to your entire team. And I've decided I really like the Royal Jacket with this build and with my playstyle. A close second choice would be the Stalker Jacket, because I do like to spend a lot of time in the backline just disrupting and dealing as much damage as possible and pissing them off. So this gives you another 11 or 1200 damage to just sit there and do that. It makes you more of a threat. But that's a very good option. You only lose the cooldown, and situationally this is actually better. Other option would be Hellion Jacket. I have tried Judicator Armor. That can be clutch, you know, helping rush chokes or something like that. But really, I miss the additional healing, damage, and shielding strength that comes with the leather jacket. You know, an extra 29% if you have, 24%. There you go, 29 with the royal jacket. With the armor, you lose all of that. There is no bonus. And it just doesn't feel good wearing armor at all. I brought the Dusk Weaver armor just as another option. Mythical Web can be nice in some situations, but again, I don't really like the heavy armor. Another option not shown would be something like a Mage Robe for crazy shielding and damage and healing bonuses. Makes you a little bit squishier, but the ongoing bonuses are really nice. For the food slot, we have the... I usually just use a flat pork omelet. Not a big deal. Best in slot, a little more expensive, would be the crab omelet. And that's going to increase your cast speed, cooldown rate, and energy costs. Really, really nice in Arena. You don't really benefit from the cast speed if you're using this Q and this W because they have no cast time. It's really nice. It keeps you nimble. You can just float around and dodge skill shots. It feels great to have no cast time. It just means that you don't benefit from that portion of the crab omelet, but that's perfectly fine. Now for the potion slots, I like to use poisons just for a little bit of extra situational damage, but you could even take energy potions for more energy regen, or just use whatever you want, to be honest. I haven't tried out any of the new potions yet. Some of them may be advantageous, but I just like poisons. And that's pretty much it for the gear. Lots of mana regen, whatever you want on the jacket, and flexible on the food as well. Alright, first things first, on the strategy front, I like to start aggressive. I rush the backline, drop all my cooldowns, create as much chaos and disruption as possible. This works great when your team follows and plays in a similar manner. Basically, you just never enable them to gain their footing. Now watch this combo. This is the ideal combo. You drop your QE in human form, go into Sylvian form, place a Q directly under you so that when you pop barbed roots, you are healing yourself while you are invulnerable. This enables you to come out of invulnerability with a little bit more health, and your cooldowns will be back up waiting for you. So this is pretty interesting. Here I am 1v3 in the back line, trying to burn as many of their cooldowns as possible. I do overstay. This draws the healer to me and out of position, so this is my fault. However, this is what this kid is made for. Now me and the healer are kind of just like 2vx. Between his healing and my shield, it keeps him alive forever. Like, this is Exhibit A, what you can do with this build. You can just never allow your healer to die. We end up turning this and just winning the fight because we drew so much of their cooldowns and survived it, and there's nothing they can do about it after that. Here's another look at our combo. Here we're getting pretty low, so you watch the healer drops his E, right? I see that. I walk to him. I pop my royal jacket. Now I'm reducing both of our cooldowns. Now in preparation for my combo, I W, I Q, I shapeshift, I Q for the heal, and then immediate W. Now we have everything going on at once. As soon as I'm out of my E, my cooldowns are back up. The healer has his stuff back up. Like, we're just in good shape. We win this fight. If you can play it this way, you're going to win a lot of fights. Trust me. So clearly this thing is an absolute menace in team fights. Here's just another look to show you how it performs in more of a 1v1, 1v2 scenario. It has potential even then. So yeah, again, this weapon is super fulfilling, super fun, and very, very strong. Don't forget the Q can target allies or enemies. You can hit, 3, 4, 5 people at once, and that just gives you tremendous value. Shielding plus damage. I hope you guys have found value in this video, learned something, and enjoyed it. If so, let me know in the comments. Or if you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'm always patrolling and answering those questions to the best of my ability. Also, leave a like if you don't mind. And for the rest of the video, I'll just leave you with a full game. All the gameplay, the mistakes, everything rolled into one, so you can get a good feel for, you know, what to expect with this weapon. Until next time, guys, take care, and see you on the other side.